What is business operating model? You know the reason your business can't run without you? Because you don't have an instruction manual. Even Legos come with instruction manuals, but your $1 million business doesn't have one. Why not? By the end of this video, you're going to know what a business operating model is, and I'm going to show you how to build one. Every year, we had 3 kids, and as they were growing up, every year we'd always try to figure out, what do they want for Christmas? Like, what are we going to get for Christmas? And my youngest child, who's a son of mine, he was a mechanical mind. He loved mechanicals, and so early on, we started to get him Legos. And then when he got the Legos, we realized he really, really loves Legos. And then over time, he was really good with Legos. There would be times at our house growing up, we look around and we go, where's Whit? And you're like, I don't know. You go upstairs and Whit's in the corner of the room, surrounded by Legos, lost in his own little world. Well, I'll never forget the Christmas that we got him a super fancy Lego set. It was the Star Wars ship. And so we got the box, he opened it, it was unbelievable. So it was about 8:30, 9 a.m. in the morning when he got it. We sat down, had a little breakfast and all that, and then everybody splits and goes and plays with their toys and does their things. Whit comes back down about 2 hours later. You're like, hey bud, have you started on your thing? He's like, I'm done. Like, whoa. That thing was like a galactic starship. There were pieces everywhere. And he's like, yeah, I'm done. And so we walked upstairs, and this beautiful Mensa mind up there just took the whole thing and put the whole thing together. How did he do that? He had an instruction manual. He just followed the manual. And so we look at our business that is far more complex than a 500-piece Lego set or 200 pieces or whatever it was. And yet we're unwilling to build a manual for that, but we expect when we buy something from IKEA or we buy a Lego set, then it's going to come with a manual and we get frustrated when it doesn't. Now, of course, half the time we don't even read it, but that's a whole nother discussion between husbands and wives. So we want to have the same level of integrity as it relates to our business as Lego has with the sets that they put in stores and sell to kids for Christmas. Why wouldn't we do that? When we don't create the clarity that a Lego set does, then we cause confusion. I'm going to give you another Lego story. So I had a client of mine, he actually went to an event, and he called me right after, and he's like, man, this is the coolest exercise. So I'm waiting. I'm thinking he's going to have like juggling acts, people eating fire and whatever. And I was like, well, what is it? And he goes, we got a Lego duck. Like, what do you mean, like a Lego duck? He's got like 7 pieces of Legos in a sandwich bag, and it was meant to build a duck. There were yellow pieces and a red piece for the beak and whatever. And so what they said is they went around the room, there were about 20 people in the room, and they said, we want you to build a duck. You're gonna have 2 minutes to build the duck. And we want you to build a duck. There's no instruction manual, just build a duck. And so they built a duck. And out of the 20 people in the room, everybody brought up their duck and put it on the table. Every single duck was different except 2 of them. Every one of them. And so the next exercise, they passed out an instruction manual. And they said, now go build a duck. It didn't take them 2 minutes to build a duck. It took 30 seconds to build the duck. Everybody put their duck in the middle of the room, and every duck was the same. Now, some of you are like, well, that's so monotonous and robotic, but wouldn't you love it if your business was run the same by the people you've hired as it was run by you? How many times have you used this phrase? If they can't do it like I can do it, I guess I'll just have to do it myself. Or why can't they do it like I do it? It's because you haven't built an instruction manual for them, nor have you trained them on that manual. So we've got to ask in this operating model, how do we build a training manual for our team? And how do we do it in such a way that's not going to bury us in boredom or frustrate us because of all the details that are there? All right, let's do this first. Let's work from the outside and let's move to the inside. The first thing we have to do is we have to see your business first like a Lego kit, all right? It's not just the scattered bits and pieces, but it's going to all fit together in a system. Did you know that your business is actually a system already? It's a naturally occurring system. And I want to show you a visualization of what that skeleton looks like for your business. And this is it right here. So this is what we call the Business on Purpose operating system. We've actually built this in a proprietary form, not on construction paper. It's actually in a digital format, but I'm putting it here so that we can teach on it and talk back and forth about it. And so the operating system functions this way. Every operating system for a business has 4 foundational cornerstones: purpose, people, process, and profit. And within that, it tells us where we're going, who's going to take us there, how they're going to do it, and how we're going to have fuel for the ride along the way in our own little business spaceship in this kit that we have. Now, within the spaceship, so that's the macro outside part of the spaceship, but in the spaceship, we got to clean the toilets and we got to fix the lights and we got to do all the basic stuff. That's marketing, sales, ops, and admin. That's our micro operating system, or our internal. This is our external operating system. And so internally, these are all the processes that it's going to take to fulfill our experience or our product that we're bringing to the people that we're serving. And so as we experience this, or as we deliver this, these are individual processes to be able to do it. So now, pause for a second. I want you to think about your business. want you to think about how you market, sell, fulfill the product, and do your administration, accounting, and all that. I want you to think about your product. What is that? Are you selling ice cream? Are you selling electrical services, architectural, engineering, home building, retail shop? What's your product? Every single business, including yours, functions under this operating system. 4 foundational cornerstones. Every business is going to have purpose. This is where we're going. Every business is going to have people, even if it's just you. Every business is going to have process, and every one of them needs profit to fuel the ride. And so once we have that there, we can begin to articulate what this looks like and start to build that model. All right, so in terms of getting this model laid out, I want us to look under each one of these macro and the micro. So with the macro of this external operating system, the purpose, we have vision, mission, values, the handbook, the culture book, all of these things that are here. Now these are actually tools on the yellow sheets up here to run the business. The orange sheets are processes to run the product. Very, very important distinction. The tools to run the business, macro, processes to run the product, micro. But we've got to have all of them mapped out. So we start mapping out the vision. We start to document. Here's what I want the business to look like. This is probably a good time to tell you that I've got another very helpful video for you if you click the link in the description below that'll actually walk you through a 7-step process to build your vision story, or what we call your strategic plan. And so it'd be a good time after this video to be able to do that. But I want you to watch this so you see how this operating model goes into play, of which vision or strategy is a part of that. But we've got to build each one of these out, and each one of these out, hey, don't be overwhelmed. It's actually what we do. We've got a lot of tools and resources, and we've got a full-time team that works with business owners just like you to take your proprietary ideas, thoughts, processes, and bring them into the templates we've already built for this. And so about 2 to 4 hours a week, you'll start to build this stuff out, and you'll spend that time working on the business rather than spending all your time working in the business. All right, so we've started to build these tools. Then we need to build these operational processes here. How do we do that? Super easy. We build what we call a master process roadmap. So it is a roadmap of all of our master processes. All right? Interesting, right? So we go to marketing, sales, ops, and admin, and we go, what are the marketing processes that we currently do? So for instance, in our business, we do live event speaking. That's a process. We do social media posting. We do these YouTube videos. We have a podcast. Those are all lead gen sources in our marketing, and they all require processes. We have landing pages and websites and all of these things, right? And so those are all part of our marketing process. So we're just going to write all the titles of those things out here. Same for sales, same for operations, same for administration and accounting. Once you have that, you are halfway there to having clarity on your operating model. Why is an operating model important? Is because without this, you don't have an asset. You just have a job. Well, Scott, I don't know if I'm ever going to sell my business. No, but I will tell you this. It is far more fun and easy to run a sellable business than a business that depends on you, your brain, all day long, and nobody else can grab access to. So let's get the operating model built out on this so your business can run and grow with or without you. So you start to work through this and you build out your vision, you build out your job roles, your org charts, and there's a particular order for all of this just to make it easier on you, the business owner. You start to build out all your processes and these things on your master process roadmap. Your operating model is building now, right? It's working. You're starting to do that. But there's going to be a bit of a fly in the ointment here. And what is that? We need the who. We need to understand. But in order to get the who to understand the process is supposed to do, there's got to be communication that happens. Now, a lot of that communication happens in regular repetitive meetings, weekly team meetings, weekly departmental meetings, executive meetings, talking about high-level stuff, right? And we've got to do it with the RPMs of great leadership, repetition, predictability, and meaning, over and over and over again. And so we need the people to be able to do this, but how do we do that? So that's where we come back in this method that we call the MDT on the RPM, and I'll even add something to it called the systems mindset. So how do we grab all these processes? Simple. The next time you do the process, capture it, record it like it's the last time you'll ever do it. All right? So the next time you go to paint the wall, set up a video camera, talk while you're painting, going, hey, here's what we do, here's how we set the drop cloth, here's how we thin out the paint, here's how we get the brushes, here's how we do whatever, right? And so capture it, document it like it's the last time we'll ever do it. So we're going to map, that's your M. We're going to document, that's your T, and then we're going to train with repetition, predictability, and meaning. The MDT on the RPM is what we're looking at. So as you build this right here, you're building your operating model, and then with the operating model, you're equipping people through mapping, documenting, training with repetition, predictability, and meaning. Hey, I want to warn you on something. Some of you are going to think, well, I only have 5 people, or I only have 2 people, or I only have 50 people. You are not too small for this. I wish we could take many of our businesses back down to when they were 1 or 2 people and get them to start this. In fact, many of our clients wish they could go back and start this when they were just 1, 2, or 3 people, because now the business naturally scales because it's got an operating model to be able to scale with them. So how do you train those people on your operating model? I've got a super powerful video that's going to be really helpful, and that's to how to train new hires. Go down in the description link. As soon as this video is over, I want you to go there and do the hard work of taking this operating model and investing it and equipping people with it. My name is Scott Beebe. We are here to serve you, business owners between 3 and 100 employees, to build out your operating system so you can be liberated from chaos and make time for what matters most.